What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to take a look at Groot. And I gotta say, guys, man, this upgrade that Groot got is pretty astronomical. He is way stronger to play than what he was before, and he's super proc friendly. And I gotta say, he looks pretty damn cool. It's kind of funny because he's got like this baby face going on, but he's still kind of got like this mad look on his face, which is pretty hilarious. And there's also some other hilarious things about the character whenever you're playing with him. Now, as far as my build, his physical attack is sitting at 48,000 attack. His critical damage is at 178%, but that's going to go up a little bit from the leadership that we're going to use in the run. His ignored defense is only at 43%. So I really should, you know what, we'll probably go ahead and just change that here in a little bit. And I do have physical attack Urus on him, just mythic attack Urus on him, nothing else really. I can still upgrade him a little bit. Now, something that's really cool about Groot that I didn't initially know is that he does have a damage proc built into his kit off his fifth skill, and that thing can actually carry over to his tier 3, which makes playing him very easy. It's pretty damn awesome. There's not really a whole lot on his tier 3 except for the increase 50% of all attack and the invincibility, which can be pretty useful, right? But his passive is pretty cool because it increases basic damage dealt to boss types by 40% to Guardians of the Galaxy allies, which can really help a character like Star-Lord, Gamora, both of which have tier 4s available, which is actually really nice. The only caveat to it is that he is a combat, whereas they are speed and blast. However, in World Boss Legend, anytime you face an alien stage where the alien is the requirement, Groot, Gamora, and Star-Lord can all be used together, right? You can use Groot as a support with Gamora, or you could use him as a support with Star-Lord, which is pretty damn phenomenal. That's actually really good. And the other thing that's really nice about this passive is that activation rate, 50% chance rate when hit, applies to Guardians of the Galaxy type allies. They recover a 20% of HP heal on a 15-second cooldown. So that actually gives them more survivability on top of more damage. So that alone, in my opinion, would probably make it worth it to buy this uniform. But Groot really, as a standalone character, is actually quite strong as a tier 3 character. Is one really nothing, the two nothing really. But the three, they gave him accumulation, which is pretty damn awesome, guys. 1% accumulation is pretty damn good, right? And it's really his ease of play and survivability is what's so nice about this character. And then he also has a 40% increase of all attack, and the critical rate by 35% and the 5 seconds of immunity. And since his critical rate is at 35%, you only need 40% critical rate to max out his critical rate since this lasts for 8 seconds, which is really nice. His fifth skill does give him a 20% heal, and it does give him a damage proc by 100%. And this is that damage proc that can actually carry over to your tier 3. Now, something about his rotation that we're going to talk about a little bit is you really want to proc on the tier 3. And I'll explain why in a second. But his passive has the undead passive where he revives with 60% of max HP. Now, some people seem to think that he's going to be really good in PvP, but he doesn't have any more iframe in his kit, so I really wonder how good his survivability would be. And his HP is actually quite low at 58,000. I mean, granted, I do have 25% HP on my account, but that's kind of low, man. So I really wonder how good his survivability actually would be. And then his leadership is nothing. I mean, it's 45% increase in physical defense, which is okay for combat types. Now, let's talk about his rotation because it's actually pretty simple. Literally, guys, you just go 3, 4, 5, right? Let this thing play out. You only need to use the 2 and the 1. I initially thought you would have to use the 2 and the 1. But you'll notice, guys, there's a damage proc on the fifth skill. And I'll show you that it does carry over to the tier 3. And once these skills get off cooldown, then we can try to do this again, right? And then your next rotation is going to be 3, 4, 5, tier 3. And if you notice, guys, the damage proc does carry over. It is carrying over on the tier 3. And the reason you want to proc on the tier 3 is one, you're going to increase your survivability because it's going to be an iframe. Groot, whenever he does his 3, 4, 5, his fifth skill, leaves him rooted in front of the opponent, which means he's going to take a lot more damage than what he really needs to. So if you're just using that tier 3 every other rotation, then you're going to be in an iframe and you're less likely to take as much damage, which is going to help his survivability. And honestly, guys, when it comes to just raw damage, if you're carrying that damage proc over to the tier 3, he's still going to do really great damage. I tested it where you can cancel the tier 3 and I would go, 3, 4, tier 3 and then 5. But honestly, guys, he seems to be doing just as much damage, if not more, proccing on the tier 3. I don't have his type enhancement leveled up, and he only has a Power of Angry Hulk stage 6 set. I don't have his artifact, and his Proc is just a regular free to play proc. It is a good one though. Critical damage with a 200% proc is really, really nice. And then as far as his uniform options, you can see guys that we have Kingo, which is, it's okay. And then we have Hyperion, which is, not really the greatest. And then we have, Maya Lopez, which is, a paywall uniform. And then we have Nebula, which is very, very outdated. And then after that, we have She-Hulk, which is a decent uniform in all reality. It's not too bad. So it's really kind of like the best option out of all of them. And his uniform effect does give him an increase of all basic attack by 30%, and the increase of recovery is going to help him heal up a lot faster. So, I mean, Groot, he's got a really, really nice kit, and honestly, he's a super, super fun character to play. So let's do a little live run against World Boss, against Null, doing stage 24. Now, I went ahead and transcended Beast, and by the way, guys, Beast here, after I transcended him, I was using like, say, War Machine's leadership, which is 30% increase of physical attack. And I noticed a tremendous difference in the damage by using Beast because I'm actually getting that extra 10% critical damage and 50% increase in physical attack. When I initially tested Groot, I didn't have Beast, and then I realized that Beast had the Transcendent skill available, so I went in and transcended him just for this fun. So let's see how we do. Now, something about Groot against Null is he doesn't have any more dodge in his kit, so we're going to have to use one ignore dodge striker and Venom, and then we just got increased damage on supervillains on the rest of them. But you're going to find, guys, this character is really, really easy to play, but you're also going to find whenever you're just doing your fifth scale that he does get interrupted very, very easily. It's really, really annoying. And something that's really funny about Groot is the way he runs around. Now, there he gets guard broken, which can be quite annoying. So I'm trying to avoid all these attacks. And then we're just going to proc on that tier 3, right? And get him done, my friend. Get him done. Right, so we're going to use our co-op and our proc triggered, right? So we're just going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to go 3, 4, 5 again. Hopefully put that proc on the 5th skill. And it didn't even show up. Oh, it showed up at the very end, which is kind of annoying. So we're just going to go ahead and wait a little bit, and then proc on the tier 3 here. There we go. Try to get some damage done. Get away, get away, get away. My co-op isn't ready. Oh, crap, I got caught. What a bummer. That kind of sucks. Yeah, let's move up here. Man, I just love the way he runs around. It's pretty funny. Like, just like, hopping, skipping around. It's pretty funny. All right, so right here is where he can take a lot of damage from the tentacles, which can be very, very annoying. And that's why, proccing on that tier 3, by the way, I love how it says I am Groot. Proccing on that tier 3 really, really helps him. But I mean, to finish this first phase, stage 24 in a minute, 15 seconds, and I've actually done a little bit faster because we didn't have any luck with some of those procs. Isn't too bad, right? I'm just doing a 3, 4, 5, and we're going to get away if we can here and try to use another skill here. Okay. And there we get our tier 3. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, we're going to run around, hopefully avoid these attacks. Now, Groot does have the undead passive, which is really, really nice. But he gets interrupted really, really easy with these attacks. Okay, so we're going to go, oh, craps. There we go. And finish him off right there. So he's doing really, really good, man. He's got some good damage. It's not bad at all. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with Groot. Like, he's got some decent power, considering my build. Now there, I didn't hit my accumulation. I totally messed up, which kind of sucked. I actually did some pretty good damage off that 3. That's pretty wild. Hit that tier 3. Here we go. Kind of messed up a little bit there. My fingers are a little sweaty. All right. Okay, we're going to run around, try to avoid all this crap. I just love the way he runs around. Look at him running, man. It's so funny. He's actually got quite good movement speed. Now I'm going to switch my character. There we go. Because Groot probably will die from that attack. But not bad at all, man. Our timing is looking pretty sweet. There we go. And you really want to try to avoid getting interrupted by Null. Come on now. Come on now. Get behind him. Get behind him. There we go. There we go. There we go. Really want to try to avoid these attacks. And it does suck to get entangled. Having an immunity to guard break obelisk like a mighty destruction on him, or a destruction really wouldn't be a bad choice for this character. Might give him a hybrid build because he doesn't have any penetration in his kit, and that might help him quite a bit. As far as like maybe if you're trying to use him in PvP. So we're gonna kind of run around here, try to get away from oh no. There we go. Let's see how much life we have. And we might try to go ahead and tank this attack. Although our skill isn't ready. I'm trying to hit that first skill, but it just didn't work out too well. I was trying to hit that fifth skill, but it didn't work out too well. That kind of sucked right there. That was a bummer. But that's all right. That's all right. We're still going to get it done. We're still going to get it done. No problem. Okay. And now we're going to use our tier 3. And boom, it's over, right? Would have done a little bit faster if my fifth skill would have been off cooldown just a second ago. And then we could have, actually went into the tier 3 and done a little damage in that final phase. But I mean, 45 seconds left to spare. Really could have done this with a minute left to spare. I do have 22% pierce on my account. I do have a little bit over 100% physical attack. But Groot's got some power, guys. I mean, he's not going to be the strongest character. He's not going to be, a super OP character. But he's a useful character in that he does have some fairly good damage. But his support passive for both Star-Lord and Gamora is really where it's going to be at for this character. As far as PvP, if you guys want to, me to test him in PvP, I guess I could. I could try to slap something else on him. I do have some generation. I do have a mighty CTP of destruction that I could slap on him, but in all honesty, I really don't think that's going to be the best obelisk for him. More than likely, I think that a CTP of insight, if people are going to be using him as a support, would be the best way to go. Or maybe like an immunity to guard break with a damage proc would be a really good choice for him, or regular CTP of destruction. But he's going to need immunity to guard break in order to perform in PvP because he has no immunity to guard break whatsoever. He has no super armor at all built into his kit. And again, I think the CTP of destruction might be a good choice for him because it actually would give him penetration because he doesn't have, he just doesn't have any ignore iframe. He's rooted when he does his fifth skill. So I really do question how good he actually would be in PvP, even though he does have a revive. But as far as PvE, he's pretty solid. It's a really good uniform. And, as far as, would I recommend buying it? I mean, it's a 0 to hero upgrade for the character for sure. It's a huge, huge upgrade for him. He's much stronger than what he was before. He's much more proc friendly. He's going to offer support for the Guardians of the Galaxy allies. So I think he's actually a really good choice to buy. But if you don't really care about buffing up your Guardians of the Galaxy allies, then, you probably wouldn't need the uniforms. But I'm really loving Groot. I think this is a pretty awesome uniform, pretty awesome upgrade for this character. And let me know what you guys think about him. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TG+7 time. The link in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.